So I'm sure most of you have already heard about Stephen A. Smith's racist rant he just went on about the Lakers.
I mean, what's up? Somebody got said, so I'm saying it. You ain't going anywhere being led by 3 white dudes.
But there is actually more to this story than meets the eye, and as usual, it's connected to LeBron James. Give me a few minutes to explain, and it'll make sense.
What I do see is the Golden State Warriors potentially getting LeBron James to join Steph Curry. And if that happens, look the hell out. I don't care what anybody says.
And nobody cares what you say either, because you're a clown. As I've been saying, Stephen A. Smith is not a real journalist or sports analyst. All he is an ESPN personality who is inserted to entertain, not educate or inform. Even though he's on ESPN, he doesn't actually know anything about sports.
Oh, yes, I forgot. I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he is out. The San Diego Chargers on offense, and I'm thinking about Hunter Henry and the way that he's played this year. He's going up against Derek Johnson.
I do have to congratulate Stephen A. Smith for setting the record for most mistakes made in a television segment in the shortest amount of time. Teddy Bruschi's face says it all. This is the face you make when the person you're talking to clearly doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
We don't know, and we know that Conor McGregor is a champion. We know he's a great fighter. We know that he's box office. He's phenomenal for the sport.
This was from when UFC made the mistake of partnering with ESPN, and so ESPN sent their head clown in charge to report the fights with Joe Rogan, an actual broadcaster who has knowledge of the sport. And you can see how annoyed Rogan is because all Stephen A. Smith does is a whole lot of talking without saying anything of substance.
We're all happy he won. If you love this sport, you got to be happy that Conor McGregor won. But you didn't learn anything from tonight's fight because Cowboy Cerrone just didn't show up. I could have ran for 40 seconds.
I disagree.
Now watch how Stephen A. Clown backs off and agrees with Rogan as he provides actual analysis of the fight and forces Stephen A. to turn off the theatrics.
We learned he rises to the occasion. We learned he could put Cowboy away. We learned that he could land a head kick. We learned that he could beat him down. We learned that this guy performs when the lights are on him. We already knew that, but we learned that he was focused.
This is white privilege. This does not happen for a black man.
And let's not forget how he complained white players get NBA head coaching jobs with no experience, while that never happens for blacks.
How the hell does this always happen for somebody else other than us?
Except that it does. It happened for Mark Jackson in 2011, Jason Kidd in 2013, and Derek Fisher in 2014. So either he was lying and trying to intentionally mislead his viewers, or he just didn't know. Because as I said, he doesn't actually know anything about sports. Which raises the question, what is he doing in this position? Because he was installed by ESPN not for his sports knowledge, but to be a mouthpiece and spin whatever narratives they need him to spin. And people will listen because he has the ability to articulate himself in an entertaining way.
You mind your manners. Let me tell you something right now real quick. You mind your manners. You watch your tongue and your blasphemy before you open your mouth. Richard Jefferson was warning you between the break. I'm warning you. Be careful about what you say, Max.
And now, what is the agenda that ESPN and mainstream media is desperately trying to shove down our throats? That LeBron James is still in high demand, and that it was in fact his decision to leave the Lakers because they wronged him by not giving him another $50 million this year.
What is the up-to-the-minute latest on LeBron and his future?
After LeBron James' decision to leave the Lakers on Tuesday.
Huh? What'd you say?
After LeBron James' decision to leave the Lakers on Tuesday. LeBron James' decision to leave the Lakers.
Yeah, and it's my decision not to date Raina Vallandingham. Sorry, girl.
But his biggest priority in all this is finding a team where he feels like he's going to have a chance to play meaningful basketball, compete for a championship. My understanding is this will not be a financially driven money decision. And
Okay, so if it's not about money, then why not just take less and stay in LA?
You know, LeBron James has made $581 million playing in the NBA. He doesn't need money. He's a billionaire. What he wants, and he said it multiple times, he wants to play with his son.
See, this right here is exactly how you know the media are liars. Let me get this straight. You're saying LeBron's decision where to play isn't about money, and he just wants to play with his son. Okay, so his son is in LA, but LeBron just left LA because he didn't get max money. So how does that make sense? So, because the Lakers refused to give in to LeBron's demands and let him walk, now the media are doing damage control by saying that it was LeBron's decision to leave the Lakers.
After LeBron James' decision to leave the Lakers on Tuesday,
and that it's crazier to sign other free agents than to give LeBron another $50 million this year.
Somehow we live in a world where $50 million for LeBron James cripples your team, but $160 million for Walker Kessler is the path to excellence. We'll see.
So now we're going to trash the Lakers and their management. And what better way to get an audience's attention than to race bait?
This is LA, baby. This ain't Utah.
Which brings us to the original point of the video, Stephen A. Smith's racist rant. And the true motive of the racist rant isn't even about white people, but just trying to publicly humiliate the Lakers franchise for embarrassing LeBron. Stephen A is just following company orders to villainize the Lakers and portray LeBron in a positive light. And as I said, race baiting gets lots of attention and views, and that's what's needed to try to sway public opinion about LeBron right now. Clown on Lakers management and on the free agents they signed in place of LeBron, hoping to get the masses on LeBron's side, hoping to get people ridiculing and mocking the Lakers, and the low-hanging fruit is to poke fun at all of the white players they've signed. Okay, so I'm going to play some parts of this so-called racially motivated rant and now look at it through the lens of revenge on the Lakers more than anything to do with actual race. Again, look at how all he does is shout a bunch of empty rhetoric with no substantial point. Just entertaining like a rodeo clown.
I'm simply making the point. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers, Tinseltown. Tinseltown. A place where everybody from Wilt and Kareem and Shaq and Magic and Kobe.
See how he's just bloviating all over the place, just shouting a bunch of words that have nothing to do with anything? Does he really think that naming all of the past Lakers star players somehow drives a point? No, he's just filling dead air to distract the audience that he has no point. He never does, because he doesn't actually know about sports. So he's creating the illusion that he does by naming the best Laker players to try to hide the fact that he's not a basketball expert like ESPN parades him around as. Magic thinks it's hilarious too. And my next point will completely flip his asinine narrative on its head and obliterate his argument.
And I know Luke ain't from America, but damn it, he's still white. I'm just saying, this is a league dominated by a bunch of brothers. When's the last time we seen three white prominent dudes lead you to the promised land in the NBA?
Alright, you ready to hear me drop the mic on Stephen A's statement? Tell me if Stephen A would keep this same energy about three white guys not being able to deliver a championship if in place of Walker Kessler, if in the summer of 2027, one certain white player from Serbia opts out of his player option and becomes a free agent and decides to join his close friend Luka Doncic in LA. Yeah, that's a real possibility considering he has yet to sign his extension in Denver. Yes, it is possible. that Nikola Jokic may sign with the Lakers in the summer of 2027, just 1 year away? And are you going to tell me that Jokic, Luka, and Austin Reeves couldn't possibly win a championship? Just get some defensive wings to help out and they'd be virtually unbeatable. So do you think Stephen A would go on a rant about 3 white guys not being good enough then? Of course not. He'd be hyping that Lakers squad to the high heavens. Therefore, his argument about 3 white guys not being able to win a championship completely falls apart.
But look, y'all, I'm going to say it again. 3 white dudes are leading the way for the Los Angeles Lakers. And DeAndre Ayton. Don't laugh at that last part.
So as I said, this isn't about race. This is actually about attacking LA and trying to salvage LeBron's crumbling legacy, which is exactly why Stephen A says this.
I mean, that's what you got. No wonder LeBron James walked out the door.
And there it is, the narrative being instructed to push by ESPN.
No wonder LeBron James walked out the door.
That LeBron left because he had better options to cover up that he left because they didn't want to pay him $50 million this year.
After LeBron James' decision to leave the Lakers on Tuesday,
notice there are no reports saying LA offered LeBron a max deal, but he just decided to leave. No, LeBron wanted $50 million this year, and LA wanted to give him a vet minimum or mid-level exception at the most. And so, like the perpetual quitter that he is, he took his ball and went home, just like he always does when things get tough.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
So right now, he's searching for a team that will offer least resistance and pay him the most money. But he's having a hard time finding that team, which is why, as of Friday, July 3rd, around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at the time I'm making this video, he still hasn't found a landing spot, even though mostly everyone else has. And we're getting closer and closer to signing day on July 6th. Yet ESPN, Rich Paul, and all of the Clutch media members are reporting LeBron is in high demand in an attempt to drive his value up on the free agency market. And Stephen A has been getting cooked all over social media by this abomination of a video. And you know, if Acho of all people is correct in his criticism about you, that you've done something really wrong. This is one of the few times I actually agree with Acho. Check out what he said, and then I'm going to add to his thoughts to drive my point home and wrap up this video.
Stephen A started with a false premise. Somebody got to say it. Stephen A, nobody had to say that dumb stuff.
Yes, exactly, which is my entire point. Stephen A. Smith only said that because that's the narrative he's been instructed to follow from his bosses at ESPN to make the Lakers look bad and LeBron good. And if you rewind back just a year ago, Acho was doing the same thing Stephen A. is doing now, capping for LeBron and blaming the Lakers organization. But the difference now is that when Acho was capping for LeBron, he was working for a mainstream network associated with Clutch and following orders. But now he's independent and can openly speak without strings being pulled. Let me know in the comments what you think and if I should make a follow-up video. I've actually got a lot more to say, but don't want to drag this video out for too long and need to go ahead and wrap it up. And I'll leave you with ESPN's basketball expert, Stephen A. Smith, listing the names of LA's new white trio.
Larry Bird, Austin Reeves, Walker Kessler. Larry Bird, Austin Reeves, Walker Kessler.
And this is someone you want me to listen to about NBA basketball? And you want to be my studio analyst. I told you he doesn't actually know about sports.
Oh, yes, I forgot. I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. He is out. The San Diego Chargers on offense. And I'm thinking about Hunter Henry and the way that he's played this year. He's going up against Derek Johnson.
Teddy Bruschi's face says it all. This is the face you make when the person you're talking to clearly doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Lay Bird, Lay Bird, Lay Bird.